And APB, American Protection Bureau, voted #1 best on Long Island for all your security needs. Call 631-390-9050. That's 631-390-9050. APB.
In the mood for a freshly roasted cup of coffee? www.offtherailscoffeeroasters.com.
I think 24. I'm going to try this again. First, want to say thank you very much for watching. This is kind of a weird video for me because I'm aware of there's two audiences that I'm hoping to grow, combine. I'm very grateful for the platforms that have this video out there. I'm a week behind, and there's a reason for it. Let me kind of adjust my camera so you don't see all this background garbage. I don't really see the reason to do anything in English, but that's kind of a tricky comment. I used to be a professional wrestler, so some of the people who are watching this know me from that. And about 2 weeks ago, I got questions from some of the people who are watching this on another platform that's kind of pro wrestling oriented. And I don't know if the right word is offended or taken aback or had a real rude awakening. And I'll get to that in a second. But I also have a great audience that are not fans or friends, they're family that I've built through my perception videos of mental health and dealing with addictions, working with people with diabetes, people suffering addictions to drugs and alcohol, bullying, my work with the Guardian Angels, all my other stuff that I've been doing away from wrestling, and of course my radio station and the music that's built its own little family. So I want to try to mix them both. For those of the people who drop off, that's completely fine. And those of you who join and spread the word, it's even better. So I'd like to say hello to everybody and thank you for being patient with me while I find the right way to do this. And I think I have, so I'm going to be doing videos this way. I'll send them off to whoever needs them on their certain days and times. And then this will be, now that I've learned how to do it, Sunday nights, 7 o'clock Mexico City time, because that's the way it is. I'm not crazy about having a YouTube channel, even though I have one and everybody tells me that's what I should do, but I'm not everybody and I don't listen to anybody. So I'm not really doing this to become a YouTube sensation. I doubt very much I'll have very many followers and views, and that's completely fine. I'm not doing this for that, and everybody's kind of against me saying these kind of things because most people do this to make money, and I'd like to make a living at it, but that's not why I'm doing these kinds of videos. If you follow me and you're interested in my products and you want to get courses and stuff from me and you support me when I do live shows with my band, DJing, or the odd wrestling convention, that's fucking awesome. If you don't, it's all good. Now here's let's just jump right into something. So, because I got other things to clear up as far as the radio and the music goes. But I said, send me questions and I'll try to my best to answer them because I'm kind of because of mental health and you know the beginning stages of Alzheimer's and PTSD and all my social phobias, because of those mental health issues, I have a really hard time dealing with people in person. It's very difficult for me right now. But I'm getting over that. I'm getting much better. But now that I found this platform and I use these videos as my therapy, I have no idea if one person sees this or 1,000 or anybody. The point is, I feel like I'm talking to somebody that's really helping me get over some hurdles in my life that are quite big, which is another reason why I had a hard time. I have a hard time doing these wrestling conventions, and a lot of the promoters who bring me in really push me to paint my face like I used to. If you push me and you ask me, it's not going to happen. If you leave me alone, I'll do it on my own. It's. I'm working on it. I'm trying to get there. I took a show in Florida because there's a young man who contacted me to come in to do an autograph signing in his store, and I really want to do it. And there's an opportunity to wrestle, and I thought, you know, I want to have fun and get in the ring and just move around a little bit and just you know, have some memories, hang out a bit. When I put it out there, I got some feedback from some fans, and 98% of it was excellent, positive, really cool. You know what I'm saying? I know I'm past my prime, and I don't really give a fuck. You know what I mean? I want to do it because I want to have fun. I want to enjoy myself. I think after 40-something years in the wrestling business, I'm allowed to do that. But then there were some, I guess in English, you guys say smart marks, and I understand when you put yourself out there on the internet, you're going to get all kinds of people, especially in the pro wrestling crowd, but anywhere, people just hate. And I read this one comment, and the guy said, so you faked your retirement again. And I thought to myself, I wanted to call him names and say things and have a snappy comeback. But then I thought, if I'm a psychologist and I'm doing all these other things and I'm studying ritual magic and all that, I'm supposed to be smarter. How is it possible still that something like that bothers me? So I want to say thank you to that person because you taught me a lesson that I still need to do more work on myself. And you know that pro wrestling's a work, right? Being that you know everything. Talking to the gentleman who left that comment. I have no false aspirations that one of these bigger companies are ever going to be interested in me. I'm so blackballed, it's not even funny. All the powers that be now in the new company, without mentioning names, are the guys who are jealous of me to the point that they were suicidal and not only have copied everything that I've ever done and made it their own, that there's no way I can get into that company. And there is no way I would want to get into that company and be around. Just if you've ever been in the pro wrestling business, you know what I'm talking about. If you haven't, you cannot imagine the brutal backstage, backstabbing, bullshit political scenario that it must be. I would kill myself if I was back there being around that negativity and all that. It's not my generation. It's not my time. I'm not wanted. So that'll never happen. The other company, they could give a fuck about me. So those things are out the window. So me doing these little, not little, I mean smaller indie type shows, I never got to do them when I began my career because my career started at the top. You know, a lot of people who know me in wrestling from the United States think I was a new guy in the WCW. Well, I was around 20 years before I went to WCW. I'm not a new guy. I wasn't a new guy then, excuse me. And I never got to do the independent circuit and just kind of be around that and be cool with people. So I do it every now and then. And one of the other things too, it's not easy to bring me from Mexico. A lot of these younger promoters or smaller promotions only have a certain budget, and bringing me in, I'm not cheap, and the flight and all that kind of stuff. So if somebody takes a chance on me, I want to try to do as much as I can so that I can enjoy it, but at the same time, so the person investing makes their money back and makes some money. Do you know what I mean? So that's why I'm doing it. Now, I want to address this really quick and then get on to other things so that I don't take up your whole day. If you are one of the people who sent me some questions, I'm going to try to kind of get through this as quick as I can because I read something today, and it kind of put it into context for me and how I wanted to bring this to your attention, because I truly believe in what I say, and I truly try to give you the best messages that I can, especially studying the things that I do and trying to get over the mental health and all that kind of stuff, right? So, oh, that's not it. I wanted to read it to you as I learned it. So yeah, here it is. So I got some questions. One asked me if I ever participated in Satanism. And the other one was like, this guy was supposedly a fan and he was in my face and all this kind of stuff. And he was really, I don't know how to take the message or the question. And then at the end, he said, you can tell me that if I don't like what you're doing, don't watch. And then he said, if you're putting it out there for the masses, I am the masses. And I was not in any way, shape, or form against what this gentleman was saying. I didn't understand at all the point of his comment, but I believe he was supporting me. So thank you for that. But here's something that I really need to be clear about. Fuck the masses. I don't give a shit about the masses. I never did, I never have, and I never will. I don't really give a fuck because the masses are just beyond ridiculous right now. And I'm a life coach. I'm a personal trainer. I'm a self-defense instructor. I'm a punk rocker. I'm a producer. I'm a radio personality. I'm a public speaker. And I do this because I want to help the individual. I'm doing these videos to help me. And if you get something from it, that's amazing. But as far as trying to appease the masses to grow my public and get a bigger following, fuck y'all. I'm not interested in that, and I don't care. And if you tell me to go fuck myself and leave, do so and don't come back, please, because I really don't care about the masses. I don't need the applause and I don't need the pat on the back. I'm a fucking mega aggressively high energy individual who's had an amazing journey. My career has spanned over 4 decades. If you really do the math, I started wrestling in 1984. So I've wrestled this year. That makes me one of the only people on the planet who can still say they've wrestled in 5 different decades. That's pretty cool. Am I a superstar or anything like that? God, no. And who gives a shit? Who would want to be? If that's what you're basing anything on is being called a superstar, well, then you're in the wrong place, because that's got nothing to do with what I do. So in saying that, let's jump on to the next one. So then somebody said to me, my opinions on COVID. And then the guy said his comments were, well, I've been in the medical profession for 20 years, and Vampiro's comments here in the South, we say he's going around his elbow to get to his asshole or something like that, meaning I'm an idiot. And just because he's in the medical profession for 20 years, everything that I just said was wrong. So here's the very important lesson today that I'd like to share as a practicing ritual magician and as a psychologist and a life coach. So what I learned today, this helped me get it today. Change your language. Take notice of your language and think of words you can use as food. Feed your subconscious with healthy words. In magic or in life or in psychology, this is one of the things we've learned, and this is something I really practice the best that I can, especially being a professional speaker and somebody who's on the radio. Everything is constructed. Nothing is done spontaneously, and that's the art. And if I can fool you into thinking it's spontaneous, that means I'm really good at what I do. Now, when you use certain language, certain words, and you don't explain it, or you're not careful of your tone of voice, which is why people get into trouble with texting. You need to be very careful, and I'm at fault. But I'm very grateful for that comment, because what that comment did was, of course, provoked negative reaction right away. But then it made me realize I got to follow my rule of, if something bothers me, step back, take 3 days before you respond, so that you can analyze it and you can really kind of understand why that happened. Now, of course, that comment didn't make me wait 3 days, because I kind of don't really give a fuck. But it taught me a great lesson. if I'm doing this and I'm trying to tell you what I'm about to tell you, and if it makes sense, great. If it doesn't, it is what it is. I have a public perception that this person does know nothing about, probably judging on the urban legend of me being around for a couple of years in the United States as a pro wrestler and whatever interviews or whatever stupidity I've done over the years. That's the image, or that's the perception I've given you, how I feel and who I am, so you can say things like that. Don't know if that part made sense. But if I'm not letting you know I'm educated, I think different, and I come from a different place, and I've been going down a different road for the last 20 years, it's not your fault if you criticize me. So before I get to the point, that's part A. Part B is, I'm not doing these things to tell you I'm better than you. I'm not smarter than anybody, and my points of view are neither right or wrong. They're specifically my points of view. This is my therapy. These are things that I study and learn, and I'm speaking about it because it's my perception on something. Does it make me right? Absolutely not. Does it make me wrong? Of course it doesn't. So in saying that, if somebody asks me something and I either know or I don't know the answer, I don't think like that anymore. I have a notion, and based on the evidence, I'm not here to argue or debate. I'm here to give you my point of view because you asked me for it, not because I'm saying it, opening it, the door for a conversation or for you to give me your opinion. I didn't ask for your opinion. I don't give a fuck about your opinion, about anything that I do or that I say, unless I ask for it. If I'm sharing something with you, it's not because I'm telling you something that I think is new, or I'm telling you that my way is the way you should be. I saw something, somebody asked me about it, I studied it, and that's what I interpreted. If it works for you or if it helps you, that's amazing. If it doesn't, and it provokes you to read the same book and you get a different message, I hope that's what happens, because the point is, I want to provoke you to think. That's it. That's it. So the gentleman, I was asked about COVID. I don't even remember what the fuck I said, because being that you have, I don't remember what I did in the morning, 10 minutes, 20, an hour ago. I couldn't tell you. But my point is, this person said, I'm a medical professional. And what he said, me, Vampiro, is he's a fucking idiot, basically, is what the guy said to me. So I thought about that. And being that I didn't set it up saying it's only an opinion, or the person assumes that his little blurb is something that I need to pay attention to, or trying to one up me, God bless you and go ahead. There's a reason I've been around for 40 years and I've entertained millions of people and I'm doing these things and I'm all over the place. And you're sitting at home behind the keyboard telling me I'm stupid. So my point is, okay, so your argument is you've been in the medical profession for 20 years, and my opinion on COVID, my perception of what I've seen and done and been through, I'm completely an asshole. And because you've been in the medical profession, you're a lot smarter than me. Well, you've been in the medical profession. What, you worked in a hospital and you take garbage out? You get coffee for the boss? You're an elevator operator? You drive an ambulance? You wash the tools before people operate? What is exactly you do that makes you so much smarter than me or anybody else, or that my opinion, personal opinion, that means absolutely nothing, makes me stupid and yours is more important? And I thought about that, and I thought, I've been in the medical profession for 20 years. It's the same thing as I'm a professional athlete. Okay. What do you do in sports? Well, I'm a professional beach volleyball player. Well, you telling me that you are in the medical profession for 20 years is the same thing as me wanting to learn martial arts. And you're saying, well, I'm an athlete. I've been a pro volleyball player for 20 years. I can teach you Krav Maga. You know fucking nothing about Krav Maga. You're a pro athlete in your area and you've learned things and you do things very well in your sport. But just because you're a pro athlete in that sport makes you no fucking way capable of doing something anywhere else. My point is, just because you have worked in the medical profession doesn't mean a fucking thing, because this is a virus that's mutating by the minute. It's brand new, so they say. Is it really? Who knows? Is it a conspiracy? More than likely. Do I give a fuck what you think? Not at all, dude. So I'm not going around my elbow to get to my asshole. I'm going straight to the fucking asshole, which is you. And it's unfortunate that I have to say that, but I believe that you're not able to understand things on a different level. And I also believe that you're confused, being by your comment was that. So I'm speaking to you in a language that you can probably digest a lot easier. So instead of me going into a 30-minute speech about why I think those things, I'd rather just say, you should take your fucking head and stick it back up your asshole. And I don't care if you live in the north, east, west, or south, or if you've worked in the medical profession for 20 years, 30 years, or 40 years. Unless you are a certified scientist, doctor working for a World Health Organization and save lives with a miracle, go fuck yourself. You know nothing about nutrition, according to your note. You know nothing about the importance of mental health and positive attitude towards things, that changing your frequency and vibrations in your body and using certain foods as medicine will give you an immune system so strong that it will only boost the things they're telling you that are going to protect you from COVID. If that is a fact or not, I don't know. Do I believe it? Wholeheartedly. Am I seeing the results in myself and those around me who are following these protocols? Yes, I am. Do I recommend it? I don't recommend shit. I recommend you get your shit together and stop fucking judging people just because you think you know something more than they do, or you can give a little blurb on a video. Are you an idiot? Instead of contributing to something positive, you're one of those people that I'm doing all of this to try to stop, because there are people like me, and there are people who follow me and people who watch this who are only here to not judge, not be judged, and be part of something positive, because there's just way too much out there that's negative. And you, my friend, are one of those fucking things that are way too negative. You can call me all the names that you want. It's okay. It means absolutely nothing. The fact that you take the time to be offended by what I just said makes me laugh at you even harder, because you are just a fucking complete moron if this is something that you think is relevant or important. How's that? So in saying those things, let's jump ahead and let's kind of just be cool now, okay? There's a lot of people who follow my radio station, radiovampiro.com. It's on Monday to Friday, 9 p.m. to 11 p.m. in Mexico City. It's in Spanish. It's great rock and roll, and I'm doing interviews. Actually, after this week, all of those interviews are going to become video casts and podcasts that are on my station. Radiovampiro.com is a radio station. It's not a podcast app. It's a 24-hour, 7-day-a-week, legit FM radio station. Right now, it's only got me on there because I'm building it out. What I'd really like to do eventually is invite other people's podcasts, maybe, depending on the theme, or music podcasts, because I'm all about supporting alternative music or new artists. I don't care about if it's punk rock, heavy metal, fucking reggaeton, rap, hip. I don't care. The point is, if there's somebody out there who has that gusto and they want another platform to be on, aside from whatever the fuck you're doing, I'd be happy to help you. So I'm going to create more and more content for my radio station in English and Spanish. So it's going to be pretty cool. The other thing that I want to talk about is I'm building 2 apps. They take like 3 weeks to come live, but today I did the Apple one, and the Android one I will do tomorrow. The Android one will be a lot faster. And then the Apple one, I think it takes like 3 weeks for iTunes to approve it. But I'm not going to charge for it. It's going to be completely free, because I want you to listen to the station and I want you to contribute. It has to happen. So that's a really cool, exciting project for me. It's completely rock and roll, alternative rock and roll. With my band, with my music project, it's pretty off the charts. I got 2 projects that are going. One, I'm a DJ. Now that DJ is kind of, I don't know how crazy I'm going to go with that because that's kind of a performance-based thing, a lot of crowd interaction. Because if you can see right there, you see where it says Tesca Azul? Tesca Azul is the tequila brand that I'm part owner of. It's brand new, just made the deal. It's up to me to sell this fucking thing so that it's been on the market. It's in the United States, but I'm going to be part of the company going forward. I'm going to be taking control of the social media, and the new Vampiro image is going to be the image of that tequila. It's organic, made in Mexico, of course. It's amazing. And the idea is, I did a show on the El Rey Network a year and a half ago, 2 years ago, I don't remember, where I was interviewing people. But I'm going to be doing that here. The radio station that I work for, Zona 3, 91.5 FM, it was a trial and error thing. They said, we'll give you the space. Normally we charge for the space. We charge $6,000 an hour. I've got 2 hours a night, 5 days a week. Do the math. So they said, because you're a Vampiro, we know we can do business. We'll give it to you. You get on there, build the audience, build the crowd, and then we're going to make it develop. So within a month, then I got my own radio station. And now I'm on a radio station in Mexico City as well. Grita Radio. Grita, 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 Scream Radio. GritaRadio.com. GritaRadio.com, sorry. So I'm on Radio Vampiro, which has listeners in New Zealand, Australia, Japan, Italy, Croatia, Spain, Colombia, Bogota, Argentina, Guatemala, all of Mexico, United States, and Canada. It's fucking crazy what's happening, the amount of growth so fast. So it's illogical that I don't take control advantage of my station and put my podcasts on there and do everything else. I do have a podcast network up. It's on iTunes, iHeartRadio. It's just I never do podcasts. The reason is I got nothing to say, but I think I'm getting there. And I try to do it, and I try my best with it. Some people like it, some people don't. One of the problems I have is I really want to do more. I want to help pro wrestling, for example. I want to talk to people about the psychology of things or the mental health issues that come with being in pro wrestling. I don't really want to answer stupid questions. None of them are stupid. It just doesn't mean anything to me. One of the questions was, what do I think of Hulk Hogan's racial slurs? I mean, with the world changing and everything that I just explained to you, and I'm going on tour, I'm recording with fucking major players in the game. As a journalist, I'm growing. As a TV producer and content creator, I'm growing. My radio station believes in me so much, they're giving me my own studio in the building, my own fucking studio after 3 months. I'm so on fire. And then I get asked a question like that, and it's like, come on, man. Really? It's like, not only was I not there, not only has it been talked about so many times, does anybody really give a fuck what I think? Is he racist? Did it hurt? I mean, come on. I'm a Canadian who left Mexico. I'm a Mexican citizen. My ex-wife is Mexican. My daughter's Mexican. I love Mexico. All my fucking, my best friend, Norman Smiley, Black Magic in the WWE, is the godfather of my daughter. He's African-American. Well, I don't know what the fuck he is. He's from Jamaica or Trinidad or something. Whatever. Point is, there ain't a racist bone in my body. There's an I fucking hate stupid people bone, though. Doesn't matter what color or nationality you are. If you're an asshole, I hate you just the same. How's that? So when I ask questions like that, it's kind of like, how am I supposed to answer? You know what I'm saying? It's like we have so limited time in the day to co-create things together. And that's what you really want to ask me is, am I a Satanist? Do I believe in Satanism? And actually I do, because it's part of my studies in the occult with ritual magic. And I truly believe as much as you want to learn about the light, you need to know about the darkness. So do I study it? Yes. Do I participate? Absolutely not. But things like that, wrestling gossip, there's enough J-Brones, smart marks. There's enough old wrestlers who are fucking hanging on by a thread that need to be feeding their addiction of having the fans go, yeah, you called them. You know what I mean? I'm not that dude. Not in any way, shape, or form. I don't give a fuck. I didn't fucking care then. And I'm going to guarantee you something. Here's the magic. I'm even going to tell the future. You ready? Yep, just confirmed it. I'm not going to give a fuck tomorrow. So I got all kind of shit going on. We got action figures out that are coming. There's video game stuff that are coming. The music is coming. The co-creating content with you. Now here's where I'm gonna kind of tie things off today, because I don't even know what I started this video out with. I forget. Alzheimer's. What do you want me to do? I have an online store. VampiroTV.com will take you right there. If you go to my Instagram, that one, and right underneath the name, there's something called the Mighty Penis. I'm just kidding, seeing if you're paying attention. Where the fuck is it? Yeah, can you see that? Not really, huh? Well, right under my name on my Instagram, there's something that says Smart Bio. If you click Smart Bio, it'll take you to that. And those are all the links to everything I do. Those are all the podcasts. That's the store. Everything is right there. If you don't want to go on the VampiroTV.com, I suggest you go to Instagram and you look at that Smart Bio. I have a thing called Vampiro's Fight Club. What Vampiro's Fight Club is, that idea I got from Black Label Society from Zach Wilde. It's kind of like a brotherhood where that's musicians and artists and all these cool people for a cause. The Vampiro Fight Club is, I've got actors, musicians, politicians, business people, people with illnesses, people in the gym, just cool fucking people involved, because it's now that's my promotional company. So I'm going to start doing wrestling events, music events, MMA events. I'm going to start promoting all kind of shit, skateboarding, graffiti, all this crazy stuff. Because in my radio studio, that's going to be converting into a streaming studio, I'm going to have professional gaming. I'm going to have live interviews where the crowd interacts with the artists. And we're also going to have live bands. So it's pretty fucking dope. But the Vampiro Fight Club is underneath the umbrella of the Guardian Angels. Now, I've been in the Guardian Angels going on 25 years. And I've been promoting everything that I'm going on and on about. I've been doing since the beginning of my career. So anybody who says they helped me create it, or anybody who says they want a part of it, or anybody who wants to be a part of it, you fucking can't. You weren't, you're not, and you're not welcome. I've got an amazing team that I've been involved with for years. And we finally kind of come together because I've got my shit together now. Well, to an extent, right? But the point is, I'm going to be promoting all these things. Actually, that little logo right there is the Fight Club logo. And with the profits from these events, because the government down here is so corrupt and I can't really get, like I can get an agency, non-government thing where it's donation based. The money that I make, I'm going to be donating it and then buying medicines for the people with diabetes who are very low income and who can't afford it. And the people who have children with cancer, there are some families that just cannot afford medical insurance. And I absolutely cannot watch another child die from starvation, obesity, or cancer. So Vampiro is a powerful fucker down here. This is why, I kind of, when I get flack from the American pro wrestling audience, I just want to headbutt them real hard. That's not true. Well, just a little bit. And I'm going to take the resources that I have at my disposal, and I'm going to start going to the bigger companies down here, and I'm going to say, match me dollar for dollar so I can bring more product to the people who need it. I think it's a very punk rock thing, is supporting the audience that has supported me for over 40 years down here. So those are the projects. So when you buy something, like when you go to my store and you buy a t-shirt or you donate stars, or I do these little campaigns to get money, 1,000 here, 2,000 there, it's only to reinvest in this project. All these memberships of streaming and applications and all the shit that I do, I'm a one-man show. I don't have a job. I don't have an income. I got no fucking support. I got great people around me, But these are COVID times, and this is Mexico. There is no money. There's just none. There's no wrestling events, so I can't go out there and make money and invest it. So the fans who support, I'm so grateful for you. And you might think it's a little, but I'm telling you, I've been able to buy a console for my radio station. I've been able to buy a switcher. I've been able to buy a microphone from the donations. And because of that, it's grown like this. So thank you. And if you can continue to support, it means everything to me. One of the other things that I'm getting into besides doing those events is we have a clinic down here. And this clinic, I believe they spent close to $4 million building it. It's beautiful. The clinic is for diabetics and it's completely free. So I'm bringing people for their free appointments so they can get assessed and they can learn the alternatives that are out there through nutrition and through the natural products that we're promoting that will help you control your diabetes to give you a better quality of life. Is it working? It's insane. I have over 300 testimonials of people who are either suicidal, beyond depressed, about to have their legs, their feet, their fucking fingers cut off, amputated because of the diabetes was eating them alive. But through healthy change of diet, which is everything that you consume, not just the food you shove down your fucking throat, the way you absorb negativity, the way that you believe, the way that you meditate, the way that you change your frequency and vibrations, the way that you use food for medicine is helping and saving lives. It's unbelievable what's going on. But now we have the clinic. So what you do is you go to the clinic, it's completely free, and then you have the alternatives to see which way you want to go. But the main product that we sell is $44 US a month for a month supply of this natural supplement that controls your diabetes. It works because it works. It's a miracle thing. But some people just do not have the money. So I'm going to fight, wrestle, promote, play, DJ, sell my tequila, do everything I can. And there is a percentage of all of that that's going to go towards helping these social causes. With the Guardian Angels, there's no point of me being a tough guy and going and patrolling the streets. The fucking cartels. I go to jail at least once a month down here to, with my friends. Look, you got to have, when you do what I do, you got to be cool. And my friend, is involved in boxing and stuff like that. I don't want to say any names. And we go to the prison because I need protection. And when the people in charge sees that I'm doing the right thing by their families and their kids, I'm cool with them. And it's like, look, I'm going to be in this neighborhood at this time. And they're like, okay, and they make sure that nothing happens. Because when I go in with police officers, I go in uniformed as a guardian angel with the beret and stuff. I look pretty paramilitary. And they will fucking hang you off a bridge and cut your insides out. There's no way you don't get beaten up or get yelled at. They burn you alive. And I ain't fucking with that. But they understand the Fight Club and they understand what I'm doing and they actually help. They help spread the word. They help make sure we have protection. It is what it is. Look, you can't blame people who are involved in crime when they do it to eat. And this is probably a comment that's going to get me in trouble like crazy, but don't really care because you've never been starving. So people who do things sometimes and make choices in life, no one's born bad. People do things to survive. And there's consequences at the end of the day. It is what it is. And just because you're born into a situation where you have to make choices that are brutal, people die. People get fucking murdered. People get extorted. People get kidnapped. People get raped. People get fucked up. People don't come home. But those people need a chance too. Who are you? Who am I to judge? Who are we to say no? What if that was you? What if that was your friend, your brother, your father, your mother? I don't want to know. I'm not condoning anything. I don't give a fuck. But I do care that there are people hurting and suffering. And if I can give a little bit of light back, it's exactly what I'm doing. So the only thing I'm hoping to get out of these videos in English is that if you're on board, and you see something here and this helps you, it's great. If you want to support and this is going to grow, awesome. But if you're going to criticize me because you're a wrestling fan and you have a perception of me from 20 years ago, and you're asking me questions that have no relevance at all to who I am today, please forgive my attitude. And it's not an arrogance thing, or it's not I'm better than you. I'm just as fucked up as the next guy. I'm just trying to make it. You know what I'm saying? To everybody else, the last thing I want to, there's two things. One, I'm realizing, Billy Kidman one time in a pay-per-view did a moonsault and he broke my face, broke the eye socket, broke all this bone. And I'm seeing it today still. You can see my eye. See it kind of half closed. I didn't think it was that bad still, but fuck me. Did I ever get rocked that day? Anyways, I'm 99.9% sure I'm going to reactivate my Patreon account. I have too much content. The people who watch me on my radio show know every time I fucking move an inch, Facebook blocks me or takes me down, and it's cool. They have their rules and I break the rules. The only way I can do very good English content, not these videos, things like my pro wrestling stuff and other things that I do behind the scenes. I do so much in Spanish, I don't have the time to do it in English because I don't have the resources. But I think if I start next week and I do it on the Patreon, I want to see how it goes. And if you support it and I have the resources to continue to doing it, I'm going to do it. If I don't, then I just won't. I can't. So that's kind of what's going on. The radio stuff is off the fucking hook. It's great. I really want to have a radio show in English. I've figured out how to do that. I'm working 18 hours a day, sometimes 19. Sometimes I go 36 or 40 hours without sleep, and definitely without food, because I'm doing so much. But it's not a sacrifice when you're doing what you love. And I love this. So the last thing I want to leave you with today is, as far as the diabetics go and people with depression, I have chronic arthritis in 86% of my body. I need so many operations. My shoulders, for example, both rotator cuffs are destroyed. There's no way around them. The arthritis I have is so bad. I can't, this is as high as I can lift my arms. They don't go any higher. It doesn't matter what I do. They just won't go. And when I got the x-rays done, I have like bags of frozen peas inside there. There's so much bone chips that the doctor who was taking care of me in Canada was like, even if you went in there and scooped everything out, he said, you're so fucked that it's just, I've never seen anything like this before. How'd this happen? And I said, well, the same way that my eyes are broken, my head has 26 concussions. I broke my neck, my back, my knees. My right knee has been blown out. I've ripped that tendon off so many times that in my bone around my ankle, it's got like 18 screws in it, big fucking plaque. My leg is completely crooked for the rest of time. It's almost like I'm half bow-legged. I'm like, what the fuck is that? And it's because I just don't have any ligaments. It's kind of, and the bone is half powder. Anyways, I'm not one to promote diets and fads and all that kind of stuff, but I got on a fasting program, and I did it for health reasons. And I did it because the people I spoke to said it really gives you a lot of mental alertness. And I didn't ask any details. I just did it. And I mean, this is my 4th week coming to an end today. I think I've lost 8 pounds. I sleep 5 hours a day, 4 or 5 hours a day. I'm constantly alert. It comes and goes. My memory is not getting better, but I notice my energy is up. I'm losing body fat. But the biggest surprise is my injuries are clearing up. My arthritis is going away. Normally right now, sitting here, I'd be in pain. The throbbing, it's become so normal that I just don't give a fuck. And there was no way that I can take these fingers and touch this shoulder. There just was no way, because I would feel like I got a hot fucking iron stabbing me here. Not only can I do that, with a little bit of help, I can kind of put my arm around my neck. That's something I haven't done in 20 years. I'm not in constant pain. My back, my neck, the migraines, the insomnia, the fear, the panic, it's all going away. And it's because I've been on this fasting program. I got an application. I'm not a genius, even though I am a vegan chef, a professional chef. I've been studying for close to 30 years in different schools. Right now, my biggest school, the biggest one, if you can get it, go on the Forks Over Knives. They have documentaries on Netflix and stuff like that. I've been involved with them for about 4 years now. It's changed the game for me. I've adapted, and this fasting program, it's sometimes I go 36 hours with no food, but being that it's staggered and blocked out for you, and it changes on a daily basis and it changes on a weekly basis, it's saving me money. It took a little bit, because it's really easy to call Uber Eats and get a pizza. But once you make the commitment and you find your rhythm and you get into the discipline, my injuries are going away. I tried to talk to doctors about it. I learned about it actually from the Diabetes Foundation in Canada, and they said they're using it as an alternative treatment because what it does is, since you're not consuming so much food, your organs, your internal organs, have a chance to rest and evacuate, get rid of all the waste that's in you, either going to the bathroom, because if you have blockage in your intestines and you're not going to the bathroom and you're holding it all in, and you get more stressed, more depressed, your symptoms of diabetes double and triple, and you just get even more fucked up. So I thought I'd try it before I started telling the diabetics about it. And I'm telling you, I've never seen anything that's worked for me this well. So I believe the app that I use is called Body Fast. Like right now, my schedule says, you can't even see that. Yeah, you can. I got 22 minutes to go. There's my schedule. All the dark bars are the fasting periods. And then there's a couple hours to eat every day. It's just fucking amazing. I've never had so much success. It's changed my character. I'm in a better mood. And I just absolutely love where I'm at in life right now. So this has been 45 minutes. I'm very sorry that it went so long. I'm going to try to cut it down. I don't think I'm going to be putting it up on YouTube because I don't really give a fuck about YouTube. I want to keep them a little bit shorter, and they're going to be on my Instagram. But they're also going to be in Spanish on my radio show, because this is transmitted on Facebook. I can't play music when I'm on the air, so I got to turn the mic off. So I'm just sitting there bopping my head around, and everybody's, there's no sound. I don't know what the fuck to do. But I'm going to throw these videos up throughout the night, break it up. Like if I have 10 minutes of music, I'll have a 10-minute video. So I'm getting there. It's coming, which is why I want to do the radio show in English as well, so I could do the same thing. I'm trying to get there, and I appreciate your support. So those of you who've asked me questions and who were offended by the things I said in the beginning, and that's cool. Not a problem. It is what it is. Everybody else in wrestling, I do have something that I'm going to talk about on my next video, where I have a seminar, one-on-one seminar course with you. It's a one-time thing. I charge a small fee. I will teach you how to do your promo. I will teach you how to do your psychology. I'll watch a match. I don't know, like you'll send me a video and I'll go over that. And for a fee, I'll give you my feedback. I have an idea. So if you want to take a chance, it's a lot cheaper than spending hundreds of dollars going to seminars and not really getting anything out of it, or going to a wrestling school. And these are the details they can't teach you because they didn't do it. I've been doing it for a while, so I want to share that with you. So that's kind of where I'm at. Everybody else, I'm so grateful. Please check out the store, vampirotv.com. Tomorrow, we're working on the designs right now for the Fight Club t-shirt. It's going to be so badass. It says, I support. It's got the Guardian Angels logo. And then on the back, it's got the Vampiro Fight Club. So it's fucking cool as shit. If you want to be part of that, hook it up. Get ready to see me in Florida. I'm excited to see everybody. And I think that's it. Please have an amazing day. Understand that I'm very grateful. Forgive me for waiting a week to do this, but those questions really fucked me up that much. It really did. I wasn't going to do this again. I don't want to get into it. You know what I mean? I don't want that negativity, and I don't want to be another old wrestler hanging on. So if you want to talk about pro wrestling and hear old wrestlers say bad things about their coworkers in the dressing room, go find somebody else. If you want to deal with mental health and be cool and be around cool fucking people and talk about cool things, well, then this is for you. That's it. Y'all have an amazing day, night, evening, beginning of the week. Who knows? Just know that to me, you're a bad motherfucker. Thank you.